Joining me live is Dr. Malcolm Davis, Senior Analyst for the Australian Strategic Policy Institute. Thanks so much for joining us. Firstly, how do you think this is going to impact us on a broader geopolitical stance?
Look, I think that it's clear that ISIS carried out this attack. There was some discussion earlier this morning in terms of, was it a false flag or was it something like ISIS? It's clear now it's ISIS. So it's a question of how Putin then exploits this geopolitically. I think that the Russians are determined to expand their offensive going into Ukraine, but they'll need extra boots on the ground, extra manpower to achieve a breakthrough of the Ukrainian lines. So this attack would give Putin, I think, some justification to bring about a general mobilization that would then allow him to do another major call-up of personnel to basically send more people to fight in Ukraine. I think that's going to be the key issue coming out of this particular tragic incident.
Reuters has described this as a dramatic escalation. Would you agree?
It's an escalation in the sense that clearly it's another attack on Russia. This time it would appear by Islamic State. They have roots in areas of Dagestan and Chechnya, where Russia has fought those groups before. So it may be that it places increasing pressure on Putin to respond directly in those areas. But I think the key issue coming out of this crisis or this incident is how Putin uses this to justify that call up so that he can then go on the offensive in Ukraine probably in the summer. At the moment, the Russian forces are advancing slowly but steadily. They're trying to find weak points in the Ukrainian defensive lines. At the same time, Ukraine's defenses are starting to fall apart because of a lack of Western support in terms of weapons coming in. If the Russians then use this attack as a justification for a call up and bring more forces into the field, that will make an offensive going into the summer against key Ukrainian cities much easier for the Russians.
What has the reaction been from world leaders?
I think you've seen understandable shock and horror at this. I mean, 60 plus people have been killed, large numbers have been wounded. Any terrorist attack, wherever it occurs, is horrible. And so you've seen international responses, obviously expressing outrage. But it's a difficult situation because Putin is not like a regular world leader. He's the leader of a country, and he's the one instigating illegal and unacceptable aggression against a neighbor for the purposes of territorial expansion. So it puts the international community into a difficult situation in terms of they can't express sympathy to Putin, but they can express sympathy to the Russian people.